Good morning. It's March 11th, 2021. And I felt like taking you out into my garden. Today's sort of overcast. Right now it's 8 o'clock in the morning. And we're supposed to have 70 degrees today. And I think right now it's 47 around, which is warm for Pennsylvania right now. We've experienced a very cold and snowy couple of months. And the last 2 days have been very sunny and warm and pleasant, and a much needed respite from the winter. So these crocuses here were open yesterday. And gladly, there's some ground showing. And things are more green than gray. The pond is melted. The ice is gone. And I did see a couple of live fish in there. But I also had to retrieve a couple of dead ones and give them a proper burial. But there's the promise of spring in the air. There's the Golfera that I never actually planted, but look how awesome it's looking still there in its pot. So as soon as the ground is workable, we're going to have to get those in because they obviously like it here. Lots of green, fitting for March. Lots of shades of green. And when we experienced those couple of warm days, I got in here and cut back a lot of the woody shrubs that were overtaking this area. And I still have more to do, but I'm planning on putting a little bit more attention back here in this shady corner and making it more of a destination. And I got a couple pallets here that I'm going to make a little sort of a deck. And there's really nothing too much down the... Oh, yeah, there is. There's little hyacinths, those are Spanish bluebells or wood hyacinths coming up there already, so that's wonderful. And there's giant crocus, and here they are, and here's some giant crocus just sprouting out of the ground. I'm gonna have to do something to keep the rabbits from eating those now, and I'll show you that. I'm gonna do that later today. I'll show you what I do to help protect these early little sprouts from the rabbits. These weren't open earlier today. And while I'm puttering around on gardening things, let's do a little update on the seeds that we sowed about a month ago. Now, some of these I just did the other day, and they're up already. And these here and here are what we planted together in a video, which I'll put a little thing above for you to click on. This was moonflower vine, and one little sad one came up and died right away, so they're a no-go. These here are the Gaillardias, which are just about ready for us to move on to a bigger pot. These here are the delphiniums, which I am so totally excited about. Now, interspersed here, you'll see these things that are not delphiniums. Here's another one over. Oh, this is a delphinium. But this here, this is a petunia. And I planted petunia seeds that never came up a long time ago, and these are apparently some of the soil from that. And then we also planted painted daisies. Now, here's one painted daisy baby, and here is the other painted daisy baby. But I have more painted daisy seeds, so I'm gonna pot these two little ones up and get these petunias out of here and pot them up, and then reuse these containers, this space. I at least got 2 plants out of it, and the seeds were less than $2, so $1 a plant. I still think I'm ahead. Now these here, I planted the other day, and these are stock. This is an annual, and they're well on their way already. And these 2 others I'm going to open up because I think they're ready. Now this one I had in a sealed container to retain the moisture till the seeds germinated, but as soon as you think there's green in there, and you can see that there's green in here, as soon as you think something sprouted, you need to get this open, because you don't want your babies in there to get too damp, too soggy, because then they'll just die from being moldy. So we're gonna open these up. Do I have babies in there yet? Nope, and that even looks a little dry. So that one, even though there's wetness on the container, that one I'm gonna water again by filling up the bottom here and let that one keep going. Everything has a different time of germination, and they take a different amount of time to sprout. And these here are Crocus, which is a great flower that I've grown before. So we're gonna have to give them some more water. And this one over here is Ageratum, which really is supposed to take a long time to sprout, but it is up and running. So I'm really thankful. And that is definitely Ageratum in there. I know what Ageratum seeds are. So I have to double check, because sometimes I don't change out the soil if the seeds don't sprout. I just put new soil on top and keep going, hoping that maybe the seeds underneath will sprout one day, like the petunias did. But these are actually the seeds I planted, so I'm looking forward to that. And those are great cut flowers. Now, I am really tempted to water right onto the soil in this little tray, but I am going to resist that temptation and just fill up this bottom. I'm sorry that it's hard for you to see what I'm doing, but I'm just filling up that tray, and I am going to fill it with at least an inch of water. Good thing the tray is pretty deep, but I'm going to fill it really full and give it a couple more days. Okay, I have a project going on here, and I thought I would share it with you. I'm potting up. I bought flats of hyacinths that have been stratified, which means they have undergone a period of cold that they require in order for them to start making their flower buds. You can't just pop up the ones that you buy now and think they're gonna flower, because they need to go through a cold period. So I'm potting them up. I'm gonna put 3 in a pot, and I also filled some other pots and containers because I'm gonna put a layer of grass seed in these containers, so there's grass growing around my hyacinths. And these containers I'm going to use the grass in for decorating for my Easter table and around my house. But here I have this window box that's filled with a tiny sedum, I think it is, that I've had for a long time, and it's all over my garden because I love it. And it's hardy here. It takes terrible cold and stays looking like this. And I love hyacinths, but I have poor success with hyacinths because I find that the varmints around here, the squirrels and what have you, like to eat hyacinths. So I'm going to keep them on my enclosed front porch, which will make the fragrance even more spectacular in the small area. And that's going to be my greeting at my front door soon. I'm not putting grass seed in this because I put different things in there, and you can see here I have enough trouble fighting with pulling grass out of this box all the time for some reason. And it is just a simple matter of taking 3 of these beautiful plants. Oh, these are nice, high quality plants. And I'm gonna hold them together and slide them together into the pot all at once. This belongs to one of you guys. And since I want to grow grass seeds, I want to sprout some grass, I'm just going to add a top dressing here of a little bit of potting mix to give the grass seeds a little something for me to sprinkle over the top of them. Okay, I want to make one more. So I'm going to hold them all together. Just slip them all together down inside my pot. Getting bulbs that are already prepared for sprouting, they've already been chilled, which is called stratifying. Sometimes seeds need to be stratified. I have seeds in my refrigerator right now that need to be chilling. And it's costly to buy bulbs ready to go like this. It's better to buy them in the fall and chill them yourself, either in the bottom drawer of your refrigerator or in your just outside. Put them outside and keep them protected from things that like to eat them. Now, the next step, I got this grass seed. It's green because it's coated with something, but the important part is that it's perennial ryegrass. Not perennial, annual ryegrass. You want annual ryegrass. It's a fast-growing seed, and that's what we need. So however you can find annual ryegrass, I actually got mine at Walmart. And this bag, I think, was $12 for 3 pounds. So just to give you a ballpark figure, I'm sure you can find it cheaper. if you didn't wait till the last minute. And this is treated with some stuff that's supposed to help the seeds to germinate. Now I'm going to put a layer of these seeds in here, and that's a little bit too much. But you do want to get a good layer. You don't be stingy with the seeds. You'll see what I'm going to do in the pans to really make the grass thick. Now this is an amaryllis actually, and I'm going to grow grass around the bottom of that. Now for these pans, I'm going to put grass seed in the pan. A good layer, just like I did for these other ones. And then I'm going to cover it with a layer of soil over the top. This is probably got some compost and recycled potting mix in it. My own compost, that's what the chunky parts are, which is fine. It's compost from an impatient gardener, I guess. And it's dry, it's completely dry, which you probably should have dampened it before you started, but again, it'll work. All right, now I'm putting that layer on, and I'm actually gonna sprinkle another lighter layer over the top here, and put a little bit more seeds up here, a little bit more soil. Now this one, you know what, that one I have something else in mind for. I think I'm good. Oh, this one. Uh-oh. Sorry. Look out. Now, I'm going to give these all a good water and set them in a warm place. I'm going to actually, they don't need to go, well this does, this needs to go in a sunny place because I need that amaryllis to get moving. But just wait now. And while I'm on my porch watering right now, I thought I would share this experiment with you. I have this waterproof plastic trough of some sort, and I'm doing what's called cheating my dahlias, which means I'm sprouting them before I actually plant them in the ground. And so there's probably 20 or so dahlia tubers in here of different sorts, and I just sprinkled soil over the top, and I've been giving them a little bit of water just like I just did, and they will send out some sprouts. I don't see any yet, but this is only the second time I've given them any water. They've only been in here 4 or 5 days. But I'm gonna put some lettuce seeds in here and see if I can get a harvest of some greens from this space while I'm waiting for my dahlias to shoot out, because this is only temporary, just to begin. And I do not see anything shooting up. It's going to take a while, but I'll let you know how this works. It is not the same day when I told you I would bring you out and show you my method of trying to save my crocuses from being eaten by rabbits and groundhogs and such. And my secret weapon is in this bag. This is hair that has been groomed off of my dog. And as I'm using this bag of hair, dog hair, and people hair will work too. If you know someone who's a hairdresser, human hair will work too. But what I do is I take a little bit of the hair from, and it is actually hair. If your dog is a poodle, it's not fur, it's actually hair that's continuously growing, so they have to be groomed continuously. But I take the hair from the dog and I put it where I have plants that I know are tasty. Like right here is some that's left from the last time, and you have to excuse me, bee. It doesn't bother the insects. It just deters the rabbits and such. And I know it doesn't look great, and you can cover it up with leaves if you want, and stuff will grow up and cover it too. And unfortunately, my dog is passed away, so this bag of hair is the last. And this is from one clipping. This is from the last time I clipped her. Anyway, and if you don't want to see that, easily covered with a leaf, and the scent will still deter. And you can tuck this in if you want and make it less visible. But I don't mind it as long as it keeps my flowers there. These were snipped. Well, these got snipped. Here, I'll show you what I mean. See these? They're all snipped short. Something was nibbling on those. Probably cut off a whole bunch of the flower buds too from this clump here. So this is where I should have had a little piece of hair and just take it and tuck it right in there. And you can't hardly even see it, especially from standing up. You can't hardly even see it. You just tuck it right in there. I really enjoyed putting together this Gracegarden journal type video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I still have one more video from my South Carolina trip to share with you. So make sure you're subscribed. Please give me a like. Thank you so much. Bye now.